Hi Scorpio, welcome to your October 2017 Astro Tarot forecast. My name is Charlotte from Astrology.com. And this month I'm doing things a little bit differently. I have some Sibyllahs laid out with the oracles that I use to define the underlying emotional factors here. And we're going to really take into account these as Sibyllahs as major events or characters within the reading. First of all, astrologically, we have a full moon taking place October the 5th. This is a harvest moon at 12 degrees of Aries. Now, this is going to be a precarious full moon, meaning that the week leading up to that, probably from the end of September into October, you're going to feel like things are a little bit out of your control, or there are controlling factors that are really trying to cause problems for you, especially with contracts and communication, and specifically related to work, health, pets, and that sort of thing. Perhaps you're trying to get a job, you're trying to gain a new place of employment, or there's something about contracts that are falling through there. Some of you may be taking a lot of short trips or worrying about a pet in some regards. Some of you may be trying to really get a handle on your health and making several short trips in order to attend to your physical and mental health needs. There is going to be a new moon on October the 19th at 26 degrees of Libra. So I feel like whatever this ending is that takes place around October the 5th, where you're feeling very frustrated in a sense, where you're feeling that like your voice cannot be heard with certain matters, particularly relating to health or well-being or employment, that the new moon on October the 19th is going to really push you to start something new in order to rectify that older situation, because that new moon on October the 19th will be at 26 degrees of Libra. This falls in your 12th house. We're talking hidden enemies. We're talking about mental health, your physical well-being, again, hospitalization, medical health professionals, if you work in that field. This is a situation there where there's going to be something suddenly arise because Uranus is going to oppose that new moon from Aries, and this is really going to push you to maybe attend to an emergency situation or to rush out to deal with something that you haven't been able to see before, and all of a sudden the truth comes to light. Could be dealing with an old enemy there with that 26 degrees of Libra. Now, the good thing about this month is, even with all of this tension that's taking place, where you're trying to rectify all these different situations, where you're trying to make new beginnings and trying to deal with old problems or health problems, I feel like there's a weakening effect here. But the good thing is that October 11th, Jupiter, the planet of luck, abundance, and blessings and expansion, is moving into your sign for the first time in 12 years, Scorpio. This is going to be your year of prosperity, your year of putting your foot forward and really getting a start on life again, and really putting forward your hopes and dreams and wishes, and taking the necessary steps and actions in order to make those hopes, wishes, and dreams happen. So from October the 11th, if you are dealing with an old enemy or a health problem in the month of October, especially around that new moon, October the 19th, know that Jupiter is offering you a sense of protection and blessing. Now, when Jupiter first moves in, it can really put you forward into the limelight. Some of this may feel uncomfortable, but at least you are going to be allowed the voice of your own inner self expression here. You're really going to be able to say what you need to say, and maybe even take care of some things where you have been wronged in certain ways, where you have needed to heal, where there needed to be healing of the body, the mind, and the spirit. This is going to come up for you now. So first couple of months, I would say, probably from October through December or January, you may begin to feel, a little bit of heat from being in the limelight, of having to go out and wrestle some dragons there, or to deal with some issues so that you can move forward. But it's almost like there's going to be an ease that's going to elevate you. It's going to give you the strength that you need. It's going to save you at the last moment. Jupiter, of course, is a planet that also brings travel. It brings a lot of abundance with it. It's going to work well with Pluto in Capricorn. It's going to form a sextile there over the next few months. So I feel like your voice, and in contracts, and in education, and in short trips, perhaps even movement, those areas are going to work well for you. Now, Jupiter is going to trine the sign of Cancer and Pisces. So for you, This is really going to bring about, certain expansions and abundance with children, and also with education, travel, legalities, those types of things, those types of ninth house activities there. Maybe even using your voice in a courtroom, or in media related situations, or in traveling. Some of you may also be moving, maybe taking long distance trips. All of these things are going to be available for Scorpio beginning in October into next fall. I have the oracles already laid out here to determine the underlying emotional factors, and I feel like the first part of October, you are going to feel like there is a suppressed, bullying anger. There's something here that you just can't work through. It's like you're being blocked in some way. It's going to take over the fall for you to release this, to begin something new. But I believe by the new moon that takes place on October the 19th, you're going to begin to realize that things can work well with children. Things are happening for you. The Spirit is working with you for a reason, for a new beginning here, for even a romantic offer here. And I feel like some of you are going to let go of past relationships in this sense, and you are going to be able to move forward from the end of November. I feel like this is something that's been happening over the summer, and it's been building up to the fall here. I feel like in relationships, there's going to be a new sense of magic, a new promise, a new celebratory a feeling or spirit take place in your relationships, but it is going to take some time. There are going to be new beginnings here with relationships, but I feel like there's a lot of emotional drama and baggage, and I feel like some people are not showing you who they are. I do feel like some of you have a hidden enemy lurking in the background, a hidden enemy from the past even. Some of you are thinking back to older relationships, and you're thinking about change and transformation. You're wondering whether you can even trust certain people from the past. You're beginning to feel like you need to separate yourself, perhaps from people in the past that keep clinging to you with unnecessary baggage. Some of you may be waiting on people visiting you within the home, perhaps an older person, a mother figure, or perhaps for some of you, the enemy here is an older person, not for all of you, but for some of you. I feel like by the end of the month, though, you're going to really be thinking about certain situations with children, perhaps even a female child, and really thinking about how certain events involving living situations are going to turn out. I feel like this is going to form the new beginning. Perhaps some of you have an older child moving out of the home or moving back in the home. That type of situation is occurring. Now I'm going to lay out the tarot now on top of the oracles. I'm going to look at this new moon first, and I feel like this is going to be related to finances involving the family. I feel like there is a lot of communication probably coming from this enemy, or something that you can't see. Someone is not showing you the right face. Could be a Leo here. Could be a Leo female. I feel like something has not ended that needed to be settled. It needed to be finished, and that is what you are going to have to tackle here. I feel like this is about a large sum of money. For some of you, this is money that involves your home and family. This is money that you have worked hard for also. In the past here, I feel like this was a gift, or this could be a lump sum of money, such as an inheritance or a retirement, that sort of thing. I still feel like there's a waiting period here, though, before you get to the good stuff, before you get to the financial security, and before you are able to overturn the balance of give and take in family-related monies, especially related to female fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's still a beautiful symbol here in the feeling of creation. Some of you may have children that are pregnant. Some of you may be pregnant here with the Nine of Cups. And this card here certainly reminds me of, dreaming of a new day, dreaming of a new experience with a child even. But I feel like there's some arguments associated here, arguments about finances and joint resources, monies that are perhaps shared within the family. I feel like there's a need to travel here, but it may not happen at that new moon. I feel like you're trying to get something off the ground, but it may not work out the way that you have expected. We're going to look at this new beginning here. This comes from a new idea and victory. There is victory with the culmination of abundance and resources for you, Scorpio. This is something that really finally takes place here by the end of October, and I feel like it relates these two cards are related to one another, where there is a simmering, it's like you want to take care of something immediately involving a larger sum of money, but it is just taking time. And I think we've seen that in prior months as this story has unfolded. If you've been following me for some time, if you haven't, go back and watch August Astro Tarot forecast, because I think all this, maybe even from June, has been unfolding, and you'll begin to see. Also watch your annual forecast also, because I really talk about all of this as falling right in line with that annual forecast, and there may be extra information there, so make sure you watch that. I feel like you're poised and prepared, though. You're feeling like finally by the end of October there is going to be some magic, to be shared in life. It's like you just have to get to that point. And I feel like some of you feel like you have tried everything, especially in regard to younger females or children, or in trying to make things happen. Like you feel like you've been led down a path for a certain reason, but you really haven't made it there because of financial difficulties involving, trying to form that happy home and family picture. Could even be emotional disturbances there. I feel like you Scorpios are going to be successful. I feel like you're going to get through all of this. It's just going to be a very stressful time. I feel like some of you are needing to travel, perhaps related to this older female here, and then at the same time you have this hidden enemy coming back. There are matters that need to be taken care of. But I feel like by the end of October, perhaps after that new moon, but I feel like it's more towards the end of October, guys, that is when you're going to be able to make haste and have victory, especially in regard to legal matters where larger sums of money take place. But I feel like you're going to get a new idea. But there is victory here for you. So I'm going to pull two more cards for you from the Trio Marchetti deck. And this is to sum it all up. What is the final outcome for Scorpio in the month of October? Yes, I do feel like you're going to be traveling for court-related matters. This is your two cards here. So I feel like all of the things we've talked about in the last few months are going to work out in October. Those moons are going to be very fraught with tension, and I feel like at that new moon there's an unexpected situation that's going to arise with females, and it's going to involve payouts and the balance of give and take in relationships. So be expecting a hidden enemy to arise. Expect that change needs to take place. You've known that for some time. I think some of you are financially bound. You're wanting to take care of all these situations, and you just haven't been able to. But it is coming. It is going to happen, and you will be victorious if you stay the course. Keep your heads up. Don't let anyone trick you here. Don't let anyone hide things from you. And keep your relationships in the forefront. Enjoy the magic and creativity that underlies all of this, and that is with children, with romance, and having new beginnings. You're going to get past this point. You're going to go so far over the next 12 months, Scorpio. You're going to really find success over the next 12 months. October is a turning point. I know I've been saying that from the August eclipses forward, but this is the month where you're really going to, I feel like you've already taken a lot of action, a lot of things have taken place, but now you've got to dig in. It's just a matter of financially being able to get there and being able to perhaps find the people that you need, the resources that you need. Make sure you get a good lawyer for those of you in legal disputes, and look for situations that you didn't expect, underlying factors here related to court-related situations. Know that you will be able to get people where they need to go. It's just there's a lot to attend to. A lot of communication here for you. And yeah, I feel like this is, you've got a lot of people surrounding you, and it's all up to you, Scorpio. So just try to make the best of it. And I'll see you again in November. Hey guys, thank you so much for your views on my CH Astrology channel. I enjoy talking with all of you, chatting with all of you. I've enjoyed doing all the private readings with you. I have been just inundated with readings and have got caught up just a little bit. So I wanted to remind you to take advantage of that through the holiday season. $45 for 45 minutes, private YouTube reading. Only you have that link. You can ask me up to 3 questions. You can add any information like your sun sign, your lover's sun sign. You can ask, about lunar events, what's going to happen at this new moon or this full moon, if you want a more astrological influence in the reading. My readings do project to about 6 months. I'll leave them up on my YouTube channel for about 6 months, so you can take advantage of downloading them through your own personal resources. But again, thank you so much for your support of my channel, and I look forward to seeing you, talking with you soon.